And good morning and welcome to Faith on the Ground, everyone. This is where we shine a light on all that God's doing through real people and real ministry right now here in Central Alabama and Chilton County. I'm your host, Ian Velasquez. And man, I am so excited to have Pastor Shaun Nix on the show this morning. Come on. And he is the pastor at Oak Grove Baptist Church in Plantersville.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So, man, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I know this is going to be fun. This is going to be an exciting one. But, man, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name to everyone is Pastor Shaun Nix. I am originally from Plantersville, Alabama.
There you go.
A lot of people don't know where Plantersville is, but I always tell them it's between Maplesville going towards Selma.
There you go.
Right before you get to Dallas County High School. But I'm from Plantersville. I am now the pastor of the Oak Grove Baptist Church. Oak Grove and Plantersville is my hometown, my home church, so I was born and raised there. And now I got the privilege to pastor Oak Grove,
so
man.
Cool.
Yeah. I graduated from Maplesville High School in 2005.
Yeah.
The great Maplesville High School.
There you go.
In 2005. And I graduated from Troy University in 2011. I've been living in Clanton since 2014.
Yeah.
Been employed by Chilton County DHR since 2013.
Okay.
I'm married to my wonderful, beautiful wife, Andrea Nix. We have 4 kids. My oldest is Jayla. She's my niece, but I claim her as my own.
Yeah.
And then we have Devin, Christian, Cohen, and I have a great nephew that keeps all of us busy.
Right.
His name is Kyron.
Come on, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, come on. I love it. I love it. It's so cool to see where you got to grow up at this your home church.
Yes, correct.
And now you get to pastor it. I think it's such a cool thing, man.
It's really cool, man. It's something I really didn't think was in my future, but hey, God has me
here. God
here.
said, hey, no, come on, let's go. Here we go.
Yeah.
And so going off of that, I know that you've done a ton of different things in ministry as a whole.
Yes.
And so how did you just first feel called into ministry?
I knew I was called into ministry probably like around 2009, 2010, when I was at Troy.
Yeah. Go Trojans. Come on.
Go Trojans.
Hey, man, I saw they made the
our baseball team beat Florida. Yeah,
man. Come on.
Go Trojans. That's to the school we love. So, but yeah, I knew I was called around 2010 in Troy.
Yeah.
I was a part of a gospel choir there while I was in Troy.
Yeah.
Troy University Gospel Singers. And it was one night, man, we was in rehearsal and Spirit of God hit real heavy that night in rehearsal, man. And while I was in worship, I just heard God just tell me, He's like, "Hey, I'm going to use you to preach the gospel." And at first, I'm going to be real with you, I was nervous, I was scared, you know, because just being in college, and I'll say I was having fun,
you know,
and living, and so I was kind of like, God, how you going to use me knowing that?
Ain't no way. What are you talking about?
I'm in this place and I'm still living. I'm still doing certain things. And who's going to want to listen, to me,
Yeah.
And so I ran from the call from a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I finally, accepted the call to minister in 2012. I just got to the point where I couldn't run no more.
Yeah.
It just seemed like things in my life weren't lining up the way, they needed to.
Yeah.
Because I was being disobedient.
Mm-hmm.
And so in 2012, I just told God, I said, hey, however you want to use me, whatever you want to do with me, that's what I'm going to do. So I gave him that yes in 2012.
Dude, come on. Come on. And I love how you were doing stuff with the gospel choir there too, man.
Yes.
I had a bunch of friends. You probably wouldn't know any of them, but some friends that ended up doing that at Troy because I awkwardly was like, hey, I'm going to try and do some gospel choir stuff at Auburn. And I was like, man, this is crazy. And we all did a joint thing with Troy one time and all that stuff. So,
cool.
No, that's so cool. That's so cool. But no, man, I love the story and just being able to see where, and I don't know if everyone's story is like this, but having that call on your life and just be like, what are you talking about, man?
Right.
And I think that's so cool how you just said yes in that moment, though. And so, man, no, that's so good. That's so good. But, okay, so going from that, looking at where I know you said you've done worship ministry for, I guess, a while beyond that point as well. What was a moment out of all of this that just confirmed that, you know what, this is what God wants me to be doing?
I think just the moment that confirmed for me that He wanted me to be at Oak Grove pastoring was that I had opportunities over the years, especially as a musician, as a minister of music, as a singer, to branch off and go to other places. To use my gift, to operate in my gift, and every time I wanted to go, because it's been times where I wanted to go.
Yeah.
The money was probably a little bit more paying you to play and all this kind of stuff. But every time I wanted to leave, God always showed me a reason why I need to stay where I am.
Right.
And sometimes we have to, and what I've learned over the years is that I don't need to move until God tells me to move. Because sometimes we'll move based off of, how we feel, not seeking God on whether I should move or not.
Yeah.
And then I even say sometimes we get his voice confused with our own voice because it's something that we're passionate about, but something we want to do.
Yeah.
And so God never gave me a concrete answer to move away from Oak Grove and go somewhere else. So that's kind of how I know I'm at the right place. Everything has come into full circle now when I think about it.
Yeah.
And I know now for sure, hey, this is where God wanted me to be.
Absolutely.
If he didn't, he would have allowed me to move a long time ago.
Man, that's so good.
Yeah.
I saw this one clip. I couldn't tell you who the pastor was, what it was, but I saw it on Instagram Reels one day, and it was talking about being called to stay.
Yes.
I think some pastors, a lot of folks are just like kind of looking at like, oh, well, what if this was the place where I could go to, or the money looks better here, or the grass just seems greener over here.
Of course.
And I think sometimes God's definitely calling us to stay right where we are in that moment of just sharing the gospel and building things there. And so, no, that's so good. I love that.
Yeah.
And so moving from that, what would you say is just the heartbeat behind your current ministry?
I would say that the heartbeat is my love for people. Yeah. Man, I have a big, genuine love for people. I love to serve people. I just love to see people happy. Yeah. And so I'm drawn to people. I want people to get closer to God. And so I think that's really what pushes me to do what I do. A big desire of mine and my heart's prayer is that when people have an encounter with me, just like we're having today, that you feel the presence of God on me. You feel the love of God from me. Yeah. And no matter what your race is, no matter what your social status or your background status is, I'll be wanting people to know that God loves you. That's good. Right where you are. Even if you slipped up, because all of us slip up, we're not perfect. Yeah. But God's hands are always open to receive us back because He loves us, man. So, so I think that's what my heartbeat is. I try. I'm real big, and I guess I can say this too. I'm real big on trying to break down traditional barriers. Yeah. Sometimes the church has created traditional things that are not like God or of God, which keeps people away from church. I encounter people all the time saying, "Well, man, I'm still doing a little bit of this, or I don't feel like I dressed the part, or I look the part to, come to church." But God is not, concerned with any of that. He's concerned with your heart. Yeah. And so
that's good.
Yeah. So I'm real against a lot of traditional stuff.
No, man, I understand. I got you, man. And that's so cool, though. I feel like that's a huge part of ministry as a whole, is just talking to people and building those relationships, and I love how, like you mentioned, just being able to show them Jesus through just this encounter, that first encounter with somebody. Yes. I think that's a huge part of that, because you might be the only Jesus that anybody ever gets to meet, and man, so I think that's so good. Yeah. But real quick, we're gonna take a quick break, and then we will be right here back after this in our second segment, just ministry in motion. So we'll be right back here after this. Are we off? we are back with Faith on the Ground with Pastor Shaun Nix, man. And so we're jumping into our next segment, just ministry in motion. But what is something in your ministry right now that you were just really excited about?
Man, I'm excited about a lot of the doors that God is currently opening, man.
Yeah.
I give an opportunity because, like we've been talking, I'm real big in music.
Yeah.
He's blessed me to travel the United States, all over the United States with my brothers, Pastor Scholar, Pastor Predis. I sing in the quartet group too.
Yeah.
And so we are all over the place ministering God's word. So he's allowed me to do that. But I would say the most recent thing that I'm really excited about is singing on the Peace Jam this year.
Yeah, man, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I'm singing at the Peace Jam on the Friday night, which I think is the worship night.
Yes.
And so I'm just blessed, man, that they chose me to minister with the other artists on that night.
Dude, come on. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah,
I saw where you
me
came
too.
up. Oh, man. And is it... Man, I can't even talk, but that's so cool. And so going off of that, can you just share a recent God moment that you've seen just through your work here recently?
I would say anytime I see people that have had an encounter with me or have listened to me musically or even with preaching, just the impact on their life just being changed. I think those are a lot of God moments for me. It doesn't take a lot, something just big and bang, to be like a God moment. Sometimes even just the little things, are God moments. So whenever I see, families that have been broken being mended and fathers leading their families the right way they're supposed to go, and everybody just being in alignment with God's will and God's word, man. When I see that, man, those are God moments for me. And
so
I just thank God for him just using me as a vessel to do his work. So it just makes me happy to see that, man.
Absolutely, man. I know it's so cool, just like either just from like the worship events that you do or whenever you're speaking, just to be able to see it all, I guess, just kind of click,
Oh, yes, for sure.
And people just actively just like, man, no, I understand what the gospel is. I understand what these things are.
Yeah.
And I think it's always been so cool just to be able to, when you see someone get it, it's just like, okay, I can.
Yes,
thank you, Lord.
yes,
And so, no, that's so good.
Yes.
And so the next one, it might seem like the same one, but how have you seen God move in unexpected ways lately?
Man, God, I wouldn't say unexpected, more so, because I'm a person that, man, I expect God to do it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying? I walk in expectation, and, and I just believe that God is a God that will do just what he says.
Yeah.
And so I expect God to do, like I said, that he'd be faithful to his word. But I would say there have been some moments here lately with some people that are connected to me.
Yeah.
Like I have a member in my church. She's one of the mothers of our church. She just had open heart surgery a couple months back, and God carried her through that. So she's recovering right now.
Yeah.
I have a close friend of mine that lives in Selma, Alabama. He got hit by a train.
Oh my goodness.
Working, you know what I'm
Jeez,
saying?
yeah.
Working and accidentally got hit by a train, man. But he's here, to
Wow.
testify. If you see the vehicle, man, he posted his testimony on Facebook. And if you see his work vehicle, man, you look at it and be like, man, that was nobody but God.
Right.
That saved him from that.
Golly.
Yeah, and I have a relative just, had a house fire and still doing well. So those are, man, those testimonies when I see God working and even in other people's lives, man, those are God moments, great God moments.
Absolutely,
for
man.
sure.
Come on. And to be able to see where God can just move in those crazy events and just still like how the train one's crazy. That is wild to be able to walk away from something like that.
Yes,
it's huge. And like you said, a fire, open heart surgery, all those different things, and just be able to see God just truly just show up in those moments is huge. And so moving from that, what would you say? This is more just like personal and real questions for you, but what is just a spiritual lesson that God's been teaching you here recently?
I believe that in this season, God is teaching me and showing me more on how to lead.
Yeah.
Not only with pastoring, but also just leading as a husband, as a father.
Yeah.
More so as a father.
I feel like that's always going to be going.
Man. More so as a father because Jayla and Devin, they're both young adults. Now.
Yeah.
Christian and Cohen are young teenagers. So now they are experiencing different things, seeing different things. My young adults are wanting different things.
Yeah.
And so I just try my best, as their father to, kind of lead and guide them in the way they should go, the way God's telling me they should go.
Yeah.
Even though I know at the end of the day they have to make their own choices.
Oh man,
but
and that's the hardest part, right?
Yes, it's the hardest part. They have to make their own choices. But as a father, I want to make sure I'm doing my part with trying to encourage them to make the best choice.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I'm at in this season, of my life with God, just showing me more on how to lead, having a little bit more grace.
Yeah.
Communicating with them more, hearing their opinions about things, trying to have open conversation, open dialogue about certain things. And sometimes I guess I wouldn't say I'm impatient.
Yeah.
But sometimes, as a parent, sometimes you feel like what you're saying may be going in one ear and out the other. I think we've all been there, even as kids, for our parents.
I was saying, yes.
That sometimes things are going in one ear and out the other, but I know that it's not falling on a deaf ear what I say to them.
Yeah.
And what I try to get them to understand, because sometimes I have a conversation with them and then they'll just bring back to remembrance some of the things I said.
Yeah.
And even out in the community, I see people all the time that be like, oh, Devin is so mannerable, Christian is this, Jayla is this, Cohen is this. They speak real highly of my kids.
Yeah.
So that lets me know that what I'm doing and what my wife is doing.
Lord.
Yes. It's good, man. So, but I think that's what he's showing me in this season.
Man, that's so good.
Yeah.
And maybe how hard is it, I guess, to be able to juggle being a lead pastor in that leadership role as well as having to be that leader in a family? Like, is that something that is a challenge in itself? I can assume yes, but just
it's a little challenging, man. And I just started pastoring this year, so I'm kind of still getting adjusted.
The honeymoon phase,
right? Still getting adjusted on how to manage it all.
Yeah.
My bishop, Bishop Billy Cabell, who has pastored me for years until he retired, he always put in me that your family is your first ministry.
Yeah.
So you have to make sure that your family is getting what it needs, that your family is in order. So like I said, I'm just getting used to balancing, everything, even with the music still too. God gave me the gift to sing and to minister through music, and he hasn't told me to give that up yet.
Yeah.
So even though I know pastoring is my main thing now, I still like to sing too. And so I kind of juggle it all, man.
I understand for sure.
Yeah.
Come on, man. No, well, that's so good, because I think that's one thing that I remember when I first started, like that was like just even, which was like I said, I've only been doing this for like 5 years.
Yeah.
But jumping into it, like that was one of a hard thing to do, because like my wife had just had our daughter when I first started too, so we're jumping into new things all at once. And I'll never forget, that was one of those things. It's like, all right, I have to juggle leading this ministry, but also leading my family, and that's still something till today. I think it's a constant just one learning experience too, to be able to do that.
Yeah, and it's good to have I love my wife because she she understands the calling on my life. She supports me 100%, and but you just have to be mindful, just not to make sure that your household doesn't go lacking.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we can get caught up in going here to preach and to going here to sing, and then we neglect our households.
Right.
And so we just have to keep that in mind. Nothing comes before your family, which is your first ministry.
Amen, man.
But I thank God for my wife, who supports me and understands. If I. If you need a little time to go study, hey, go do that. I'm not gonna be mad at you.
Right. It's like, all right, you got it. That's so good. Yeah. That's so good. And so going off of that and having that support system, what is something that just keeps you encouraged, or what just keeps you encouraged on the hard days and on the difficult days?
First of all, the word of God keeps me, encouraged.
Yeah.
And I thank God that he has blessed me with an awesome family. awesome, close knit friends, awesome close knit team that supports me on the hard days, man. Because I do have those days. Because I'm a pastor and all that doesn't mean I don't have hard days.
Right.
And so every day is not a good day, but on those days, I have family that I'm truly blessed with and friends that I'm truly blessed with.
Yeah.
That and even my coworkers at work, that I'm blessed with a good team that supports me 100%. They don't allow me to give up. They don't allow me to just let my mind go far off into bad things, thinking I'm not capable or I'm not good enough, so I have a really, really good support team. Man, and I'm just blessed for all of them.
That's
to have
so
all
good.
of them. Yes.
Golly, man. And that's so good to have that, to back you up, to be there for you when you're down.
Yes.
And man, I love it. And so we're going to jump into some fun questions that I think are some fun questions.
Let's do it.
What is a hobby that you are just really into right now?
I would say my hobby, man, I love to bowl.
Bowling?
Yes,
Come
man,
on,
I
dude.
love to bowl. Besides music, bowling is one of my favorite things to do.
What's your best score you've ever had?
I think, I ain't gonna tell no story. I think a little bit over the twos was like one of the best scores I ever had.
Okay.
Yeah, now I haven't got to the place where, of course some bowlers.
Are you like spinning it?
Yeah, they spin it, man. I haven't got to that place. But I got a mean ball that I just roll it straight down in there. I know kind of where to aim it too.
Right.
And so I roll it straight down there, man, and I get a lot of strikes.
That's so good. Come on. Where do you go bowling at? Is it up in
I love to
Pelham?
go to Oak Mountain Lanes.
Yeah,
in Pelham. Yeah,
got
so a lot
the
of times.
subscription, sign up. Let's go. Come on.
Hey man, wherever you want to go,
That's
we can
so
go.
good. Hey, I'm down, man. I remember when I was in college, I straight up, they were like, all right, you got to take a sport or something, or PE.
Yeah.
And bowling was one of them,
Oh,
bro.
okay,
And that
cool.
was the greatest thing I ever did.
Yeah,
It was so much. I'm still not good, but hey, I was like, I did the bare minimum to stay in it.
Yeah,
But,
I like to have
dude.
fun with it, man. But I will say I am competitive.
There you go. Okay.
When we
That's
bowl,
okay.
So, but we having a friendly game. I can have fun, but I have a couple of my friends, a couple of my brothers, man.
Yeah.
We're competitive.
Dude, come on.
So we always trying to beat each other when we go.
Right. That's so good, dude. No, man, bowling is so much fun. And especially when you go up to Oak Mountain, because you can bowl and then you go play some laser tag at the same time or something like that. I thought that was pretty neat.
Yes.
All right, so moving from that one, if you could sit down with any biblical figure besides Jesus, who would it be and why?
Man, I think it would be Job that I want to sit down with.
Okay. Yeah.
And I say that because I love that story of Job because he endured so much.
Right.
He endured so much with losing family, losing his possessions of certain things.
Yeah.
But what Job didn't do, he didn't lose faith in God. He didn't turn his back on God. Now I think he questioned God, which we all do sometimes, but he didn't lose his faith. In God. And being that he didn't lose his faith, God showed himself faithful, to him, and he gave him, double what he lost.
Yeah.
And so I would love to, just to sit down with Job and see him now and be like, hey, tell me how you felt. How was it with, your family, your friends telling you all to just curse God and die.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel? Because sometimes we face certain things in life, and it's real important on who has your ear.
Yeah.
When you're going through certain things, because I want people in my corner that's speaking life into my ear, speaking life into me, that I won't lose faith, and so I would love to talk to Job, man, just to see how he feels.
Job is such a good one. I feel like that's like a good go-to for, a lot of folks too, because we all deal with, now, I don't know, I have never dealt with as extreme as Job.
Yeah.
But man, I think it's just so cool just to see how everything this guy went through.
Yes.
Everything. And I love how you said that about who you surround yourself with and who's speaking into your ear.
Right.
Because man, having those folks that are just like, dude, just walk away, just curse God and be done with it. And that's one of those things, man. I always thought that was such a great story. And there's one of my, if I'm not ever at youth or something, and I get somebody to speak, there's one guy, if I ever get him to speak, it's always on Job. That's his main one. But no, it's just such a good one. I think that's a great one.
Yes.
And so next question for this segment, but what would you say is your go-to worship song right now?
Man, I have so many.
And if you have more than one, dude, please give us more.
I have so many, man. I think I guess I can give you my top three. So
I'll take it.
My first one right now, I love Firm Foundation by
bro.
Maverick City.
Come on.
It's one of the songs I minister all the time when I sing.
Yes, dude.
I don't think I'm going to sing that one at the PC. I'm going to do something new this time. But
it's all right.
But
breaking my heart, though. Man. Oh, that's so good.
I might have to pull it out for you. Then,
I'm going to be like, any request, Firm Foundation immediately.
Yeah, but I love that song, man. It's a part on it that Chandler Moore done with live, and it's on YouTube, and he says, "You always provide."
Yeah.
And man, I always just think back to that in that song. That God will always provide. He's my foundation. He's my everything, man. And so that's one of my favorite songs. I say my second favorite worship song to go to right now is a song called "You Remain" by Todd Galbert.
Okay.
I think Chandler Moore is also on that song too.
Did you really? Okay.
Yeah, he's on that song too.
Chandler Moore is everywhere.
Man, he's everywhere. He's awesome. Yeah, but I think he's on that song too. But Todd Galbert wrote that song called "You Remain," and he's pretty much just saying, after all these years, after all the mess ups I had, all the flaws, you still remain with me. I think the lyrics at the end said, You've had so many reasons to leave, but you're still here with me.
That's good.
And God, I'm grateful.
Right.
And I think about that all the time, man, because I'm not perfect. I'm flawed.
Yeah.
And I think about some of the choices I have made over the years, some things I have done that were unpleasing to God, and He could have chosen to leave.
Right.
But because He's faithful and He loves me, He's still right here with me.
He's still remaining.
Yeah,
dude, that's so good.
Yeah, and my last one, Kurt Franklin. I'm a big Kurt Franklin fan.
There you go.
Yeah, and Kurt Franklin wrote a song years ago. It's still one of my favorites. It's called "My Life Is in Your Hands."
Okay.
Oh my God, you have to look it up one day and listen to it.
My life is in your hands.
Yes, my
People
life
are like,
is in
"How do
your
you not know this?" I'm gonna look it up though.
Yeah. So, and it's a song, one of those pick me up songs, man. Just kind of lets you know that God still has everything in control. You don't have to worry. You don't have to fear. You don't have to doubt, because my life is in His hands.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorites.
Man,
too.
I'm sorry, I lived under a rock. I never listened to Kirk Franklin.
Really?
Until probably like 5 years ago.
Oh,
and I hate it. Okay, I really do hate it. I never heard it. But I sat there, we went to, it was when Maverick City came to Birmingham.
Yes.
And I say 5 years ago. Maybe it might have been.
I was actually at that concert.
Yeah, you remember that?
I was there.
Brandon Lake was there.
Yes. I was there.
And so I sat there and I was like, oh, we got to go to this. And I think it was me and my wife, and we were able to go and check it out. And it was so, I forget who the opener was, but gosh, he was so good. But Kirk Franklin was there. Yeah. And I'd sat there and I'm just like, this is awesome. I was like, this is so good. And of course, now I heard Stomp before. Everybody, I think everybody in the mama knows that one. But all the rest of them, I think he might have done "My Life Is in Your Hands."
He might have did a little bit of it, yeah.
But he's so good.
Yes, he's awesome.
But no, man, that's awesome. I love those. I'm gonna look them up too, the other two, because I don't think I've heard them. But dude, I'm excited to listen to them.
Yes.
But real quick, guys, we're gonna take one last break, and then we will be back with our last segment, just looking ahead and what ministry looks like going forward. So we will be right back here after this. All right, and we are back with our last segment, just looking ahead. But what are you just currently just praying for in your ministry?
I would say I'm currently just praying for spiritual growth, man.
Yeah.
New revelations, praying for godly connections, continuously praying that everything I say, everything I do is God-led.
Yeah.
I want God to be glorified in everything that I do. Singing, pastoring, being a father, being a husband, everything. I just want God to be glorified, man. I just pray that our ministry at Oak Grove is impactful, that we're doing the will of God, and that we just stay aligned with, what he tells us to do. So that's what I'm kind of currently just praying for right now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
and this might seem like almost the same question, but just what's a dream that you have for this next season that you're going into?
I'm really excited, and I'm just ready to see whatever door God is going to open.
Yeah.
Open for me, and when he does open the door, I'm ready to walk through it.
Yeah.
But I think a big dream of mine, and I've shared it with a lot of people, a couple of people, but a big dream of mine, man, I want to have a community event with our churches, our surrounding churches.
Yeah.
It's just like a big worship night.
Yeah.
It's kind of puts you in the mind of En Fuego. Do you remember En Fuego?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
man.
my God, man. I used to love going to En Fuego. I hate to stop, going on here, but I used to love En Fuego here, where all the Christian believers, from everywhere just gathered. We fellowship, we worship, eating. I met a lot of good people, during that event in that time. So I would love, to God to give me the resources maybe one day, and the connections one day.
For sure.
Just to bring that back, to our community, because I just think it's needed, man.
That's so good.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. And so off of that, what is something that you would tell yourself just first starting out?
I would tell myself to be humble, continue to be yourself, be loving, be able to receive constructive criticism, godly wisdom. Don't get distracted. And I think the main thing I will also tell myself is just don't think that you're good enough. That was something I think I said that before that first started me off when I first started in ministry. That I just didn't think I was good enough. I didn't think I was qualified or good enough to do what God was calling me to do. Because like I said, I was doing so many things and wasn't perfect at that time. And even when I started in ministry, sometimes you have those doubts in the back of your head. Okay, well, you don't look like this person.
Right.
You don't sound like this person. Even with my singing, in my quartet group, I sing in the background. Yeah. But then I lead worship, and then before I got ready to release some music, I wrote a song and I released it back in 2024. Okay. Which is on Apple Music, all that. You can go stream it. Yeah. It's called Brighter Day.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, just a little plug. But you can go stream it. It's called Brighter Day. Okay. But I wrote that song. I released it in 2024, but I wrote that song probably about maybe 10 years or 8 years before I released it. Wow. And it took me so long to release it because I just didn't think I was good enough. I didn't sound like some of the other singers or other artists that were real popular, and so I procrastinated on a lot of stuff. And but I just told God, I just got to a point where was like, I'm not going to procrastinate. Yeah. I know you have given me this music. You've given me this word for somebody. Yeah. Somebody needs to hear my sound, needs to hear my word. And so whatever you want me to do, God, however you want me to present it, that's what I'm going to do. Man, so that's why I would tell myself,
for sure.
Off, yeah.
Come on, man. Yeah, man. I love it. That's so good. And so last question, how can the community just be praying for you just personally and for your ministry?
Just keep us in prayer. A lot of people in our community know me. I will say I'm a pretty known person around these parts. Chilton County ain't that big, but everybody pretty much knows me. And so I would just ask everyone just to continue to pray for me, continue to pray for my church ministry. That will, just do God's will at all times. I will say for the most part, I have a lot of people in this community that support me.
Yeah.
I have a lot of people that support our church that's in this community. Even when you see them out and about, they give you, great words, encouraging words.
Yeah.
And even sometimes they'll sow into you just right there. You don't know they're going to sow into you.
Right.
And so financially. And so I would just ask everyone just to continue to pray for me, continue to pray for my family and our church ministry, that we would do what God has called us to do.
Absolutely.
Be impactful and on not only ourselves, but this community and abroad, man, wherever God takes us.
Come on.
Yeah.
Dude, well, man, thank you so much for coming on the show this morning. This has been great.
I appreciate you having me, man.
And, man, I just wanted you to know, like, we see what you're doing in the community, everything that you're doing, and just spreading the love of Jesus, man, just everywhere you go. And so I just want to tell you, like, we see it, I see it, and so just thank you all.
Man,
thank you for what you've been doing, man. It is awesome.
Thank you so much.
And the prayers will for sure keep coming. With what you're doing, because it is amazing, just ministry. And so, man, thank you so much. It's been so good.
Man, thank you for having me. Thank you.
And, man, hey, thank y'all for tuning in this morning. We will be back here Tuesdays at 10:30. Tuesdays 10:30. You can be on Facebook, Piper Peach app, and on YouTube. And if you want to go back and watch just of this amazing interview, be sure to check it out on YouTube. So thank you guys so much, and we will see you